Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics, Fearless Photog. For the 30th anniversary of Masters of the Universe, Mattel has created a sub-line to the Classics line that they're calling the 30th Anniversary line. This line will contain 6 figures, 5 of which will be all new characters. The first, however, is Mattel making good on a promise that they made back in 1985. Mattel had run a Create a Character contest, where once a winner was chosen, that lucky kid was to receive a $100,000 college scholarship and get their created character made into an official action figure. The winner was Nathan Bittner, for his creation known as the Fearless Photog. Mattel made good on the scholarship money, but, for whatever reason, the Fearless Photog was never made into an action figure. Until now. Photog comes in the standard Masters of the Universe Classics packaging. The back shows off the new 30th anniversary logo, as well as a selection of other figures from the Classics line. We also get a brand new bio for the Fearless Photog. Photog stays very true to the design that appeared in the original Masters of the Universe magazine back in '85. His head is very unique, as it's a large robotic head that is shaped a bit like a camera, complete with his zooming lens. Many have speculated for years if this was actually his real head or merely just a helmet, but Nathan Bittner himself revealed in a recent interview that Photog has always intended to be like an android, a robotic being with some human qualities. So this is indeed his actual robotic head. His outfit is a combination of blue, black, and a really bright yellow. He's got a very cool belt made of film reels. And his chest has an awesome lenticular piece, so the image on the screen on his chest moves when turning the figure. The Fearless Photog! I cannot believe we finally have the Fearless Photog in our collections. Mattel promised this to us back in the 80s? It's finally here! How cool is that? I think it's cool at least. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the Fearless Photog. Now, he just pretty much utilizes the same standard male buck mostly all the way through, so you pretty much know what you're going to get with his articulation. He has very tight joints all the way through, which is terrific. You can see his shoulders are real tight, the waist, the legs, the ankles are tight. He does not have the boot cut articulation, so there is no swivel there whatsoever. You're not going to turn that, but otherwise, he features pretty much the exact same amount of articulation that all the other standard males do in the line. Now, the head is interesting on this because he's got such a unique, robotic head. It is made of a harder plastic, not the same style, rubbery kind of material or that you would expect in some of the other regular heads in the line. This one's actually a harder plastic. It is really kind of loose, too. It fits a little loose. You can see it wobbles around a lot. It actually does detach kind of easy. You don't have to put as much force behind it as some of the other figures. It's not so bad that it's not like it's just falling off or anything like that, so I don't want you to think that way. But when you move it around, you can kind of tell that it's a little looser than most of the standard heads on Masters Classics figures are. Now, his head does have a little bit of an action feature on it. There's a small little lever on the top here, and you can see when you push it forward, it extends the lens. Push it back, retracts the lens. So he's kind of got this cool zoom in feature. You can zoom in, zoom out. Kind of a neat little concept to add into the character with the camera for a head. So there you go. I mean, he's pretty standard. He comes with the shield that you can just clip right on. He's got the gun that you can hold in his hand. And the Fearless Photog is ready to snap some photos. Photog includes some really cool accessories. First up, we get his shield just as it appeared with the original Masters of the Universe magazine image. The shield is designed to look kind of like a camera lens, with a large transparent piece of plastic over a bright yellow piece. The shield is made of a very hard plastic because of that transparent piece. It clips easily onto his wrist, and it's really cool looking. Photog also gets a brand new accessory created by the Horseman. It's a gun that is styled to look like a video camera. I love this! It's such a fun little accessory that totally fits in with the lighthearted nature of a character design such as Photog. Now personally, I've been very excited about the Fearless Photog getting released. This figure has long been another one of those Masters of the Universe legend. Much like Hero before him, many of the diehard fans of the franchise have wanted this figure for years, just because we were promised him back in the 80s. Yes, he's definitely a really odd-looking character, but there's just something about him that really stands out to me as something special. Perhaps it's nothing more than nostalgia, but there really is something cool about Mattel finally making good on their promise to Nathan Bittner, and I'm very happy to add this figure to my collection. The Fearless Photog will be available in February on MattyCollector.com and is part of the new 30th anniversary subscription. Until next time.